All right, so moving on to the final segment. Is it time to give up on Zion Williamson? Is Zion Williamson truly a bust in the NBA today? Yes. Yes, I do believe that Zion Williamson is a bust. This experiment is over. And it's unfortunate because if you guys look at the ceiling that Zion Williamson had when he came out of Duke in 2019, this guy was compared to being one of, if not the best prospect since LeBron James came out of high school when he was 18 years of age all the way back in 2003. So the injuries have played a big factor in Zion Williamson's career. Has played in a total of 214 games and has missed a total of 268 games, which is not good at all. And he's never played an NBA playoff series. I mean, the Pelicans have been in the playoffs at times since Zion has been drafted to New Orleans, but every time that the Pelicans need him, he's never there. And that's important to be there for the NBA playoffs because that's when it matters most. And you not being there due to injuries, not being there, it just hurts the team. And my question is, how did the New Orleans Pelicans not give up on Zion Williamson, but the Dallas Mavericks have given up on Luka Doncic for being too big, too fat, too lazy, unworkable work ethic on the court? But you still have teams like the New Orleans Pelicans that are willing to keep Zion Williamson, the Philadelphia 76ers that are still willing to keep Joel Embiid. Well, both of those players have guaranteed contract clauses, I guess, at this point in their careers, where they have PTO stamped in their contracts, pay time off when their team needs them the most and they're not on the court. So, I mean, this is absurd and obscene that Zion Williamson is still a part of this New Orleans Pelicans team, and he's actually still the face of the franchise. Still the face of the franchise, which is mind-boggling to me. And look, Zion, at times I've seen him unfocused, and his attention has not been fully on basketball. And that's sad for someone that had so much potential this early into his NBA career, and the constant weight gains in his career, the off the court issues of him not being focused, his diet not being on point. I mean, Zion's style of play, I feel like, is the reason why the injuries have caught up to him. I mean, this is a guy with this type of frame with the up and down weight cuts, being an explosive playmaking slasher, likes to be physical in the paint. Someone moving around at that size and that speed at that frame, it's unrealistic. To be honest, it's really unrealistic, and he never really developed a true jump shot from mid-range to possibly mix up his style of play on the court. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's found himself so injured at times, is because his style of play, not taking care of his body the correct way, not treating your body the right way, nutrition-wise. This is the reason why Zion Williamson has missed a total of 268 NBA playoff games and has never appeared in the NBA playoffs yet. And he's been with this team for the last 5 to 6 years, which is very alarming. But the Pelicans are truly stuck here. I don't know what they're supposed to do. They gave him a massive contract all the way back in 2022. And I feel like if the Pelicans release him, or I mean, that's the only route. Excuse me. I feel like they're gonna have to release him because looking at this contract, nobody's gonna want to take this Nobody in the league is taking a risk on this contract. Absolutely not. I don't care how desperate you are. Nobody's taking a risk on this contract based off the production that Zion has played, or the production that he's available at in his NBA career, being available for under 48% of his NBA games in his NBA career right now. So I don't see anybody taking on that massive contract. If you want to part ways with Zion, your best bet, you're gonna have to release him. You're just gonna have to take it, because it's like one of those situations where the Bulls refused to trade. I mean, the Bulls wanted to trade Zach LaVine. I just throw an example of how the Bulls want to trade Zach LaVine for years, but they never got anybody to pull the trigger till finally the Sacramento Kings bid on him. But this is one of the situations where you're just gonna have to give up on him and take it from there. But it feels like the New Orleans Pelicans, this franchise is just cursed to hold on to true franchise players. I mean, Chris Paul had his time out there, and with the Hornets out there, and Anthony Davis as well. There's no guy that has truly changed this franchise. So something's got to change, but I think a big change is freeing yourself from this Zion Williamson issue that you run into. He's been shut down several times in his NBA career. unsuccessful, finishing several seasons and to finish the NBA season. I don't think he's played an NBA season of 60 plus games since like 2020, which is crazy. That's like nearly 4 or 5. That is 5 years ago. So something's got to change here. But I feel like Zion Williamson, it's not. I've lost faith in him. It's unfortunate for someone that had so much potential coming out of Duke. The next big thing from college basketball has been a failure so far in the NBA. I labelize him as a bust, and maybe there'll be a team one day that could turn him around. But as of now, I just don't see that happening. And this is very unfortunate that Zion has wasted a big chunk of his NBA career due to injuries and not taking care of himself off the court. To be that elite player, that elite franchise player that the Pelicans thought they were buying into when they drafted him first overall in the 2019 NBA draft. But those are my thoughts on Zion Williamson being a bust. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.